Hello, I'm Jonathan from Shooting Stuff. Today I've got an assortment of Glock 17 Gen 4s in front of me. The Glock 17 Gen 4 is probably my least favorite of all the Glocks. And largely that's because of the terrible trigger inherent in all the Gen 4 pistols. Thankfully, the Gen 3 parts can be retrofitted, improving the trigger pull dramatically. But the Gen 4 was really a time of innovation when Glock tried a bunch of different things, and these experiments ultimately led to the successful Gen 5 pistols coming onto the market. So here's a very early version of the Glock 17 Gen 4, and we know it's an early version because the interchangeable back straps came in a plastic bag and not as the later variants did with a bracket and a longer pin and so on. A very limited edition in this pistol. Over here I've got one with an extended barrel that's threaded for a silencer, the so-called Silk model, S-I-L-C for short for silencer. Unscrews, screw a silencer on. You need a Nielsen device to propel and put a bit of extra power back into the slide to cause it to cycle. It's a spring system integral with the silencer, the Nielsen device. But every Glock collection needs at least one threaded barrel for a silencer or a compensator. On this side is one of the later experiments that ultimately led to the success of the Gen 5, where Glock was convinced to put front serrations on the pistol, and it's characterized by the fact that all of the slide engravings were moved rearwards, so we know that this is an original Glock serrated slide and not a retrofit which would have cut through the wording on the slide to the front. Quite interesting small additional change on this model. It was probably derived more for competition, where cocking the slide or manipulating the slide from the front is desirable. This version has also got a more pronounced rounding on the magazine release than the standard ambidextrous mag release that was put in on the on the Gen 4. The last one here is the FDE color, very similar to the Glock 19X, but a little bit duller. This color is officially called FDE, but the Glock 19X is a coyote tan, so slightly different texture. And on top of the olive Glock 17 Gen 3, the olive grip that I've got, it's a nice variation to have as part of the differences that comes through. So this grip came with the extended back straps for guys with bigger hands, also in a color matched to the grip. So a nice little package overall. What I like about the Gen 4 is the fact that the grip is smaller. I don't have huge hands, but I've always preferred the slightly smaller grip. Although I'm used to the earlier generations up to 3 being a standard grip size, this was a nice enhancement for me, and I've never seen any necessity to fit the back straps to enhance anything. I've never had any issue with the slide biting my hand with the way I grip the pistol, so the enhanced beaver tail that comes with these was never of any benefit for me either. So on the Gen 4 and 5, I prefer the slimmer grip, But overall, the trigger on these Gen 4s is not the best, but interesting to have the variety of 4th generation pistols in the Glock 17 model around. The last Gen 4 here is my cutaway pistol that shows the inner workings, and the inner workings have only changed a little bit going to the Gen 5, so that's probably something that needs to be added to the Glock lineup available at Shooting Stuff. Hope you've enjoyed a little sharing of the variety of things that Glock has played with over the years. Even within one single model, there's a ton of variations. So for those out there who wanting to collect Glocks, the sky's the limit. There really are many options available in different sizes, shapes, colors, and calibers. Get one, get them all. They're there, giving you more time to shoot.